Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by Prophetic Solutions team. I am Sanjay. We are learning Node.js with MySQL APIs. This is our part number 12. Inside this video session guys, we will discuss and define and process routes in Express.js. In the last video, we had discussed about complete concept of Express.js module. In the last video, we had installed and created our own web server. So if I back to editor, now in the last video, this is the file that we had created called app.js. Now inside that video, we had included our module and started our server to listen all the routes what we had defined. So inside this video, we will see that how can we define our more routes inside this file. So as we know that if suppose we are going to create our REST APIs, so inside REST APIs, we have different methods called get, post, put, patch and delete. So here, so far we had defined about get request type. So what about other routes we have to see? So let's say that if we are going to use called the post request type, so here post, so simply we need to type app.post, and inside this the first is suppose we have to pass our route. So let's say that while using this post, if we need to type let's say employees, so let's say employees, in the second parameter something anonymous function, and simply let's say write response, actually we need to pass request and response object here. So here we need to write let's say response, so let's say response, and we have a JSON method inside this, and simply we are going to pass let's say status equal to 1, and simply let's say message equal to this is simple post request type. Now if we save this route or this page, back to terminal, restart our server, and if I go to Postman and simply first of all let's copy this URL, pasting it here, and by using this get request type, if I click on send button, now welcome to home page. This is the message actually we have processed for the get request type. But when I change to post, and here we need to type call employees and pressing send button, now this is the message actually we had passed using JSON format, in which we have two keys called status and the message. So this is only for the post request type. If we want to define in case for put, patch and delete, so in the same way we can define that. So back to editor. Now if I copy and pasting it here, and let's say that this is for the delete request type, and simply we need to change about delete. This is the method, and this is a simple delete request type. So again if I back to Postman, so first of all we have to restart our server, and for the delete operation if we have to select and pressing send button, now this is simple delete request type. So on the basis of these methods like get, post, delete, and also we have put request type. So by using these methods actually we can create our own REST APIs using Node.js and Express.js module. So let's say that inside this video we are not going to make any REST API. We are simply let's say that if I back to browser, now this is our home page. If suppose we have some route, let's say about us, pressing enter, so for this route actually we don't have any message. So here we have a question that how we can process about HTML page for this route. It means that for this page we want a HTML page, and we want to process that HTML page on this route. So back to editor. Let's create a folder inside this. Let's say views, and inside this views folder I'm going to create a file, something let's say about us.html, and inside this file simply let's say a HTML page, and this is something let's say about us page, and inside this within h3 tag let's say welcome to about us page. Now this is our HTML page, and we are going to include this view file inside this app.js. So firstly we need to define our route for about us page. So let's app.get. This is get request type because we are going to hit via browser, and inside this let's say that if we have route something called about us, then we are going to process our HTML page. So let's say function, and inside this function we have request as well as response object. So for this route, as we had seen that we had to use called response.send, but as here we need to process our HTML page, so we need to use called response, and we have a method called send file. So inside this, the first parameter we need to pass about the page name, so something about us.html. Inside the second parameter we need to define our path, at which path actually we have stored our HTML page. So to include some path related informations, actually we need to define a package or module, and this will be our inbuilt library of Node.js application, something called path. So we don't want to include or import or let's say install via npm, because this is default package. So let's say path. So inside for the second parameter I'm going to define an object. Inside this object let's say root equal to path, and we have a method called join, and inside this I'm to pass the current directory name as well as concatenating with the views folder. This is the views folder, and we are going to concatenate with the views folder with the current directory, and inside this directory we have about us.html page. So if we save this file, restarting server, so Ctrl C to cancel, pressing enter, server has been restarted. Back here, reload this page. Now we have some error, something called path.json, and it's something not JSON, it is something join here. So actually we had to use the wrong method, so path.join. Again back here, restarting server, back to browser, and this is about us page. Successfully we had seen that how can we process or render HTML page on the basis of some route. So in the same way, if I back to editor, and let's say that we have one more file, something let's say contact us.html, and inside this again let's say that this is contact us page, and here we have HTML h3 tag, let's say welcome to contact us page. Back to this app.js, we need to define our route. So let's say that app.get. Inside this, firstly we need to pass our route. In the second, let's say function. Here we need to type let's say request and response. So simply here let's say response dot send file. So send file, and inside the first parameter we need to pass our HTML page name, so contact us.html. In the second parameter I am to define the path of this file, so root, let's say path dot join, and inside this current directory we have dir name, and in the second parameter I am to concatenate with this views folder. all we have done now. So if I copy this route, so firstly we need to restart our server. So listen, node app.js. So I think we have some error. So back, and we need to get rid of this extra semicolon. So save this file, restarting server, back to our browser. This is for the about us page. Simply let's say contact, and this is for the contact us page. So simply we had created a simple website with no layout and no content. We have only three routes, something for the home page, about us page and contact us page. Also, inside this video session guys, we had seen that how can we make a route for REST APIs. It means that by using getRequestType, post, put, patch and delete, also we can create our REST APIs by using Express framework. So inside this video session guys, if you have any doubt, then please drop your comment. I will give my reply as soon as possible. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.